Welcome to Amazing Trails Yoga Starter Series 21, Day 6. Today we are at Sterling Forest State Park in New York State at the Bear Rocks Trail, which, as you could see, Bear Rocks, we were trailing along a lot of bare rocks today. And this overlooks Greenwood Lake, which is a 7-mile lake from New York State. It flows into New Jersey. So that's really a lot of fun. And Sterling Forest hosts the Renaissance Fair. And I just finished teaching Renaissance in my social studies class, and Renaissance is rebirth. And what better way to have Starter Series 21 than a rebirth? New beginnings. I hope you're doing very well on day 6. Maybe you might want to repeat certain days till you master them and get used to them. Take your time. It doesn't have to be exactly 21 days to start a habit. But this is all about the rebirth of us with yoga, with many things in our lives. We are focusing today on Utkatasana, which is chair pose. It's really a lot of fun. So with that, we're sitting in a cross-legged position. One foot in front of the other, our palms to our hands, our hips nicely on the mat, our navel sucked into our spine, our shoulders up over our hips, earlobes, some space between our ears. We don't want to be slunken over. And we'll start with pranayama, the breath of life. So take a nice inhale for as long amount of time as you exhale. Inhale, nice deep breath. Every cell in our body getting nourished with clean oxygen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I like to do this with movement, so we'll inhale our arms up, palms facing each other. Exhale to prayer, heart center. Inhale, opening up our chest, expanding. Exhale, closing back, giving ourselves a hug. Inhale, our fingertips to our shoulders, elbows up. Exhale, down. Inhale, our elbows up the other way, coming up. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, your arms up, fingertips touching if that's accessible to you. Exhale into prayer, heart center. Inhale, opening up our chest, expanding. Exhale, closing back, hugging ourselves. Inhale, coming across, fingertips to our shoulders, elbows up. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, your elbows up the other way. Exhale, down and around. Final time. Inhale, our arms up, palms touching. Exhale into prayer, heart center. Inhale, opening up, expanding our chest. Exhale, falling back, hugging ourselves. Inhale, coming across, fingertips to our shoulders, elbows up. Exhale, down and around. Other way, inhale, elbows up. Exhale, down and around. With your palms at your knees, take a nice inhale on your own. And exhale. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale to your left ear. We've done this before. Inhale, coming down to the side. And exhale. Inhale, looking up gently. Exhale, chin to the mat. Inhale, looking up over your right shoulder. Exhale to the center. Inhale your left arm up, touching your right ear. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, gently looking up to the sky. Exhale, looking down to the mat. Inhale, hand to knee, looking over your left shoulder. And exhale to center. Very nice. We'll come into tabletops with your fingers spread. We're coming on your knees, the palms of your hands, the tops of your feet. Are toward the front of the mat. Your wrists are right under your elbows, under your shoulders. Your knees are hip-width distance apart. You should be able to look through your thighs and not be able to see your feet. Your knees are under your hips. We're in a nice flat back. We're going to give our spine a nice little stretch. So we inhale over our toes. We're coming up into cow. Dropping our belly. Our udders are really heavy. They're coming down to the mat, ready to be milked. Exhale into cat. We're arching our back up as high as we can, sucking our navel into our spine. We're at the tops of our feet. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Looking very, very large. Scare that dog away. Inhale, cow. Waiting for the farmer. Come, farmer. Come, come. Exhale into cat. And we'll come into a neutral flat back. Today we are going to go to supported side plank. So take your left foot and pick it up and place it over to your left with the top of your foot to the mat. Take your right foot and extend it. Drop your right heel and inhale your right arm up. This is supported side plank. Take some nice breaths. We'll be doing a lot of side planks as we go along, so this is a stepping stone. You might want to inhale your right leg up if that's accessible to you. If not, it's perfectly fine to keep it down. You might want to do some little mini leg lifts just for practice. And steady yourself. And come back into tabletop. With that, you can see the back of me to get a different perspective. So pick up your right foot and bring it out to your right, to the side. You're at the top of your foot. Use it as a little kickstand like with a bicycle. Extend your left leg. Drop your left heel and open your right arm. Extend your your left arm rather, up to the sky, looking at your hand. Very nice. And again, you could lift your left leg, maybe make some toe taps, whatever works for you. This is supported side plank. And drop your foot to the mat, your left hand to the mat. We'll come back into table. We'll do that one more time. So take your left foot, we're pros at this now. Take your left foot out to the side, use it as a kickstand. Extend your right foot, drop your right heel as you open up your right arm, following the gaze to your hand. Oh, I must be on an anthill. Looking up at your right hand, supported side plank. Again, you can inhale your right leg up. Make some toe taps if you like. If not, you can keep your leg up or to the mat. It's perfectly fine, whatever suits you. And down to tabletop. Nice breath. Maybe we'll do one cat-cow inhale. And exhale. At a neutral spine, take your right foot out to the side. The top of your foot is to the ground. Extend your left leg, drop your heel, and open up your left arm to the sky. Your gaze is following your hand. Supported side plank. Very, very good. You can inhale your left leg up, maybe make little taps, toe taps, if you like, if that works for you. And drop your foot to the mat, your hand to the mat, and we're back at table. With that, we can curl our toes under, lift your knees, and we're bringing our hips slowly up to the sky, straightening our legs, coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale and exhale. For a change, we're going to walk our hands back to our feet, coming into a forward fold Uttanasana. At forward fold, take your hands to your legs, and we're coming slowly up into a standing position, into mountain pose Tadasana, one vertebrae at a time, bringing all this goodness up with you, maybe pulling your navel into your spine physically on your own, and we are at Tadasana. And as promised, we will work with chair. So I will do chair facing you and facing the other way. Just getting a couple of these ants off. Go away, go away. So we're at Tadasana. Now, take your all 10 toes, pick them up, spread them wide so we have a nice standing position. Maybe your big toes could touch. There's two different ways to do chair, which is Utkatasana chair. So your palms are facing forward. Nice inhale and exhale. On the inhale, you are slowly dropping your hips, your knees come together, your arms come forward and up. Look over your knees so you could touch your toes. This is chair pose, not always the most comfortable. And what is it strengthening right now? Wherever you feel your thighs and your ankles, maybe it really strengthens them. Very therapeutic for flat feet. And it tones your digestive organs and your heart. And with that, we'll exhale forward into forward fold Uttanasana. We'll inhale back up into chair. So your big toes are together, your knees together, your arms up as if you're on a swing or a monkey bar, and you can kind of hold on to the monkey bar. Look over your knees so you can see your toes. And inhale up into prayer. Standing prayer. With that, we'll make an intention for the day. For all people, old and young, starting new. A rebirth of learning, the Renaissance, new beginnings, rebirth today. Could be day 6 with many, many people. Starter series day 6, a rebirth of yoga, starting something new, a new habit, anything in our lives. Sometimes we're forced to have a new beginning. Sometimes we choose to. Our love out to them, good intentions, and maybe make a private one on your own. And Tadasana. We'll do another way, so you can take your feet and have your feet facing forward, a fist distance apart. This time we're coming down without our knees touching, without our toes touching. So we'll inhale our arms up, dropping our hips. Again, you should be able to see your toes. And this is chair pose Utkantasana. Sorry about that. Sounds a lot like Uttanasana, which is forward fold. Inhaling up into Utkatasana. And we'll exhale into Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. And this really strengthens all these muscles, the thighs, the ankles, whatever you're feeling. Opens up your chest, your shoulders. It stretches the Achilles tendon and the shins. And we'll inhale up into prayer. We'll do this a couple more times. I'll do it from the side. So from the side, take your all 10 toes up so that you have a nice standing position. Your big toes touching and together. This time our knees will touch and our big toes at the same time. We'll inhale our arms up and dropping our seat down. You can come down so it's eventually a 90-degree angle. If you're up here, perfectly fine. I kind of like this one better where our knees are together and our toes are touching. Utkatasana. And exhale, forward fold. Nice resting position. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, standing. Now we'll separate our feet so that they are 1 fist distance apart. Our feet are parallel to the outsides of the mat. Our knees are not going to touch this time. They're about a fist distance apart as well. Inhale your arms up, dropping your hips, looking over your knees. You can see your little toes, all 10 of them. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Who knew that this would be a resting position? Inhale, dropping your hips up into chair. And exhale into Tadasana. Very nice. We'll do that one more time. Inhale your arms up, dropping your hips into chair. Uttanasana. Now I'm getting this all mixed up between Uttanasana and forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, Utkatasana. And on the exhale, we're just dropping down, coming into a seated position. Take your feet a little bit further out. The soles of your feet are flat on the mat. And remember day 1, we did Navasana boat pose. And we did supported boat pose. Day 6, we'll see if we're a little bit stronger. So we'll begin with supported. Our hands are under our knees, under our thighs. And we lift one leg up at a time. We were playing with this. Kind of fun. This is supported. You could go a little higher, maybe straighten your leg, one leg at a time. And then we did this balancing if you can. If not, it's perfectly fine. And again, you could take your blocks. Let me grab the blocks. If this is not very good for your back, some people have many back issues, you could put your forearms on your block, maybe scooch forward a little bit so that you're at a different area on your back and lift up your legs, which is perfectly fine this way. Okay, if not, we're coming back into the Navasana, and this time, our hands are under our knees. We're taking our right arm out so that our palm is facing up toward the sky. Our left arm, palm to the sky. You're in Navasana. Take both hands out to the right. Flip it over to the left. Both hands over to the left, looking over your left side. Bring them over in an arch to your right. Over to the left. How about to the middle with your legs extended? And dropping your feet to the mat. Give yourselves a nice hug. You did it. And we all have different variations of this. It does not have to look perfect. Mine is far from perfect, as you can see. So we all just do our best. Taking your hands under your knees, behind your thighs. We lift one leg up at a time to Navasana boat pose. This time take your left hand out to the side, palm up. right hand palm up. You're in Navasana bow pose. This is enough. Otherwise, take your right hand over to the left side. Both arms over to the right. Both over to the left, palms still facing the sky. Over to the right. Now bring them up and dropping your feet to the mat, giving yourselves a well-deserved hug. That was phenomenal. Very, very nice. Okay, bringing your feet a little bit closer. We're coming back into another Utkatasana. We'll try that again. So take your hands in front and straighten your legs. You're coming into a forward fold. Again, you don't have to come all the way down. Your legs could be bent. And we're coming back up into Tadasana. Nice and slow. And Tadasana. And whichever way you like, if you like your big toes touching and your knees touching with more, that gives me more support. If you like your toes a fist distance apart, your knees a fist distance apart, it's up to you. And we can inhale our arms up and our seat down, coming into chair, Utkatasana. And exhale into forward fold. Inhale back into Utkatasana chair. You should be able to see your toes over your knees. Imagine yourselves on a monkey bar. You're hanging there like you did when you were a little kid. And coming up, hands together in prayer. Prayer for all people starting new beginnings, starting over, rebirth. I'm going to this time put my toes together and my knees together. Mine were a fist distance apart that time. Inhale your arms up, hips down into Utkatasana chair. Look over those knees, see those toes. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, chair. And from chair, we're coming lower and lower, and we're coming on into a seated position. Very, very nice. Bringing our feet out a little ways. We're coming down onto our forearms. We're going to come into fish pose 2 different ways. And this is a nice back stretch. Okay, so we're coming onto our forearms. And we're going to lift our chin up to the sky. So far, we're dropping the crown of our head to the mat. You could extend one leg at a time. This is opening your chest. And now you can slowly come to the back of your head. Extend your arms and relax. Then we'll try it with a different approach. Your legs are far out, your toes could be pointed. And you're lifting up your chin, and you're at the same time bringing your elbows closer to your shoulders. Your chin is up to the sky, looking up, pointing your toes. Your shoulders are up. This is fish. Coming down onto the flat of the back of your head, not the flat of your head's certainly not flat. We're going to put our feet, the soles of our feet to the mat. You're extending one leg up at a time. And if you're home and you have a wall, you could put your heels on the wall, the back of your legs, your buttocks to the wall. This is a nice supported leg hold. It's really good for circulation, to have the blood circulate instead of always going to your feet. It comes down to our bodies. So if you have a wall, this is really nice, and we'll take some nice deep breaths in this. This is actually a type of inversion. Very simple inversion, but an inversion is where it guides the blood circulation so that it's not always coming from the head down to our toes. This way it's coming from our toes and reversing. It's really good for your immune system. Nice relaxing position before we go into Shavasana. Again, I prefer this against a wall. You don't have to use much energy. Nice deep breaths. And we'll make our way down. I'll pretend I have a wall, which hopefully a lot of you do. So you could bend your knees toward your chest and just shimmy over your knees together to one side and come away from the wall. Okay, and the rest of us could just slowly make our way into Shavasana. Okay, so your feet are out to either side of the mat, flayed open. Take your arms and snow angel them up and around so that they make a little basket, like a little net under your head. Your fingers can be interlaced, and pick up your neck and just give it a few gentle tugs, elongating your neck. After fish pose, it's a nice contrast. And with your neck nice and elongated, we'll gently place it on the mat. Snow angel our arms down and around to our sides, palms up. We're coming into Shavasana, the final resting pose. Take a nice deep breath in to nourish every cell of your body. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And begin to awaken the body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe make little circles with your wrists and your ankles. Bringing one knee up at a time to your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. And roll over to whichever side is easier for you. And make your way up into not quite a cross-legged position. We'll come into Thunderbolt. We're coming into Thunderbolt, taking our hands to the mat, coming over our feet so that our feet are coming flat to the mat. We'll draw our hands back And we'll come back into a nice chair pose and up into prayer with the heart center. Thank you so very much for joining us at Amazing Trails Yoga. Starter Series 21, Day 6, here at Sterling Forest State Park, Bear Rock Trail. To new beginnings, to rebirths, to you. Namaste.